I do it? Oh, there it is. There's the cat. Da 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 da. La da da da. Yeah, da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. Kick back. Relax. I don't have to do nothing tonight except look at myself. Oh, there's no live chat. How come there's no live chat up there? That's weird. I wonder why the live chat ain't up. That's awful strange. Hmm. Weird, huh? There we go. What's up, everybody? It's me. I'm chilling. I know that Can's on. I'm over there watching him on the TV while I'm over here doing whatever I'm doing. So I figured if anybody had anything they wanted to talk about, I'd come on and just talk while I watch him sell a bunch of stuff. What's up, Can? I can see you, bro. What's going on, everybody? Chilling? I am. Oh, man, it's hot. Let me tell you what. I can tell summer's coming, and it's coming quick. Yes, indeedy. It sure is. Anybody has anything they need to talk about? We know. Just don't make it too hard on my brain. My God. Sold out a South African silver dollars. Holy cow. They're starting to make 3/4 ounce silver coins now because the amount of silver's going down. You imagine that? Oh, the price of silver is going up. Lord have mercy. I see the time coming when it's going to get expensive. Oh, Lord. I don't think anybody's saying anything. Looks like somebody's watching. I gotta clean out all my junk in this phone. My Lord, look at, I don't even know how many I get a day. God. Can-Can's drinking tea. I think that's funny. Got your message, Dawn, too, by the way. And I sent you another message. I know you say you're a girly girl, but you know what? I can be very influential in getting people. Mary's a girly girl. I get her on a mini bike and go kart. So trust me, if you and your mom came to visit, I can tell you, I can at least get you to do it once. You don't know if you're going to enjoy anything in life until you try it. And there is no more girly girls. It's just girls and guys, right? I mean, you want to do it or you don't want to do it. But don't oppose something without trying it at least once. That's what I say. I mean, unless it's stupid, not like jumping off a bridge or something. I mean, go jump off a bridge. But I mean, oh, riding 4-wheelers and mini bikes, or building something, making something. I tell people, you got to challenge yourself. Life is about challenging yourself sometimes. Even when you don't think that you have the ability or that you're not capable of doing something, you should try it. I mean, look at that. Can you guys see that? You guys see this big scar right here? This huge bruise? Yeah. Got in a fight with a go-kart, and then I got in a fight with the fence. So what did I do today? I laid right there all day long. That's what I did. Nothing. I laid in bed, and I slept, and I rested. That's what smart people do when they hurt themselves. Of course, I wasn't so smart when I was doing it, but I wanted to do it, and that's just the way it is. And that's what you do. You just gotta, take it to the max sometimes. And that's what I do. Life is about experience and challenging yourself, not going with the norm of things, as I say. I figured I'd get on for a few minutes tonight. See who popped up in the chat. Because Can-Can's doing his auction. I don't know what he's doing, but he's selling something over there. I can multitask. Oh, he's doing a giveaway. I donate to him, but I don't never participate in him. I don't mind helping him. I just don't get into that on my channel. It's not my thing. Of course, everybody knows that. I give stuff away, to those who purchase stuff, and I like to do that. I think you should reward those people who support the channel because it's their channel. People make this their channel. I often get people who, send me emails privately and ask me to do different things, and to bring different things to the channel. So I do that. I mean, not everybody has the capability of doing it. Or maybe somebody just wants to learn something. So I take it upon myself to try to bring new and interesting things because I'm not afraid to do anything, really. So that's what I do. Yes, I'm upstairs in the bedroom. I'm not downstairs in the vault room because I'm hurting because I was stupid. Let's be plain and simple. I was dumb. So, but you know what? I don't regret it. I tell you what I am having a problem with. I get the same medication every month from the VA, which is really weird. And I've had this medication for 25 years. some reason it's acting weird. It's not normal. Not that it changes my mind any, but making me sweat all the time for some reason. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm definitely calling the VA to find it out. That's for sure. This is weird. It's got to be what it is. Either that or time to change. Hey, what's up, Jack? Not over there spending any money on cans? I'm watching Can. I watch him once in a while. I support him. I don't mind. I pop in and say a few things from time to time, but once in a while I'll buy something just to support him. But most of the time I just like sending stuff to him, because it helps him out. And, that's what he needs to do to help sustain himself, is, to make money to pay rent or whatever. I don't do it that way. So I do something totally different. But you guys already know that. Not too much, man. Man, I had to take the day off, Jack. Jeez. I beat the crap out of myself the other day. Ran into a tree, and then what else did I do? Well, no, I ran into 2 trees, and then I hit. For some reason, there was a rock when I was banking the corner. I was coming into the corner. When I was banking the corner, hit the rock. It bounced me sideways. I caught one of my logs in my log pile out back, flipped me right over in that cart. Boom! I just tumbled right over. Took me right out. I mean, I'm fine, And then I got done with that. You slept too? Yeah, I like to sleep sometimes, man. And then what happened was yesterday morning, I got up early and I started putting in a section of fence because, I can only work for a couple hours a day and it just kicks my butt, I just can't do it. My back can't take it, but I got to get the stuff done. And then, so I was easy on myself. I only did a little section. And all of a sudden, the pain just started creeping in on me real bad. I was like, my body's generally not like this. So I come inside and I got a big bruise on one leg and a bruise on another leg. I don't even know how I got the bruises. So I was like, oh my God. So I took the day off and I laid in bed all day. Mary wasn't mad at me either, so I figured I'd just chill. And then I thought, I'll get on for a little while just to chit chat, see if anybody needed to talk to me about anything on their mind. Because I get a lot of people that ask me just to come on. They just want to talk about things, And they send me emails and stuff, but sometimes it's good to, just talk in the chat if they want. So maybe once a week, not on a Monday. I'm just doing it today because I just felt like doing it because I was bored all day laying in the bed. But, I think I'm going to pick one day a week, and if I do something like that, just have a chit chat, just get on. Can's busy. He's selling a bunch of stuff. It's good for him. It keeps him busy. You know what they say? An idle person does the devil's work, right? He ain't no idle man, that's for sure. He's right at it. I don't want to tell him that, I could keep him in business for about 5 years with those $50. Anyway, what have you been up to? Oh, did you? Did you really? And what's the prognosis? I think he needs a proctologist, Jack. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I think he needs a proctologist, though. If you know what I mean. Oh, really? I'm going to try to I'm going to work on something. Let me just put it that way. I need to discuss something with a couple of people to see whether I want to venture a certain way or not. Because here's the funny thing, Jack. Another person that we used to go to their channel, that is a good friend of his, every time I pop into any channel, that person disappears real fast. So you tell me, Jack, what's going on. I don't play that. I don't play those foolish little games, some dirty little games like that. I'm the wrong person to do it to. But I have to find temperament in my attitude because I know how I can get. So. Really? Well, Jack, here's the thing. I'm going to put this out on my stream right now. I purchased a packet, right? I purchased a pack of stickers and thumbnail based upon somebody else's information, okay? Which would have been spray can. He told me to go through that person to get them items. I purchased those items on January 16th. Do you know what today's date is? May what? It's May what? 17th, right? How many months does it take to print out some stickers and to send a thumbnail? Hi, Daniel. How you doing, buddy? How long does it take? I don't play games. I don't play little man games and little fuzzy head games. When you do business with somebody, you produce. Yelling and screaming and swearing at people is a no-no. I've been more than patient. And before I became a minister, I was a very bad person. In the military, ruthless. And that person I have to keep very tempered all the time. So before I do things and act stupid like stupid people do, right? I have a little conversation with a few of my friends. A couple of them in the legal department, and a couple of them that I just care about what they have to say, you know? So I give it time because I know my legal rights, but I don't like doing that thing. Sometimes in life, Jack, I learned there's things that come to the surface and there's reasons why people do things and don't do things. And there could be many reasons why. Being honest, to me, is satisfactory. But being dishonest and not saying anything at all makes me believe that you're trying to blow smoke up my ass sideways. And I don't like that. Because I think about not just me. I think about my friends that may be using that same individual to buy a product and they're not receiving that product. And that's not fair. You know? You know, I've some people that come on my channel too, Jack, and I don't know, you probably know who they are, and they watch my back all the time. They know who's who, where they go, what they do, what time they do it, and nobody really knows who these people are. You know? So you can't just think that you're smarter than all of these people because you're not, right? Look, here's the thing my grandfather used to tell me. If you make a man a promise, you damn well better keep it. Or you better have a really damn good excuse why you didn't keep that promise. And if you take money from an individual, right, you better give them what they deserve in return. Whatever it was that you made comment and that you're selling, whether it's your time or a product, whatever that consumer item might be, you fulfill your commitment. Because if you don't, you're not much of a man. That's what my grandpa used to tell me. So sometimes, Jack, it's better to do this. You know what that is, right? Just chalk it up and wash it away. It's a sad thing, brother. But you know what? Sometimes you got to pay to learn a lesson. See, what I don't get is if he's not fulfilling his commitment and we fulfilled our commitment and put out, a couple $100, then what's the problem? I did my part. Just do your part. That's all. It's as simple as that. You owe us something. Period. We paid for a product. It's that easy. I'm not mad at you, but you need to communicate with me. Don't be stupid. Don't be dumb. That's what dumb, foolish people do. You stay in communication with people. You tell them that you're having some troubles or whatever. It's as simple as that. But don't play some bullshit ass game because you think you're some tough guy because you can get in a ring and fight. Because you don't know the people that you're messing with. Don't use that mentality because it doesn't work. Not in this world. This is real people world. You're messing with people's livelihood, their money, and in a time that you don't want to do that. So use your noggin. If you have a problem and you can't do something, then you explain why you can't do it. But don't hide, because anybody can find anybody anywhere in this world. And you make them mad enough, they're going to come for you. That's a fact. I spent long enough time in the military to know it. I don't care who you are, what you are, where you live, what you do. If they want you, they will come for you. With a reckoning. I learned that. People in high places, man. It's a scary thing. So you always got to understand who you are, where you are, the people that you know, and the position that you're at. And whether you really care to deal with it. Because sometimes karma will just catch up with them. You don't have to worry about it or get upset about it. Just do this. Just wash yourself of it. Let it go. Don't let it bother you. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing. But, I think, acting the ass and putting yourself in the position that you're not trying to be in yourself, if you don't want to put yourself in the same position as being like the other individual. And I know that, money comes hard for you. I realize that. And I understand that your situation is a little bit different than mine. You know, um, look, Jack. Who else did that? Who else did that? Right? I have seen so many people on YouTube take down their videos because they acted the ass or they acted stupid, and they knew that they were wrong for the things that they've done to other people. Right? It doesn't change the fact you got to live with that in your mind. You either got to be a soulless person, not to feel that you did a bunch of people wrong, or you're on drugs and you just don't give a rat's ass. You can't just deny that, right? So for you and me, Jack, hey, we got screwed out of some money. Plain and simple. And the people that know it, that haven't said anything about it, they're just as guilty about it. But you know what? Look, it's only money. Plain and simple. It ain't going to change my life any. I ain't going to worry about it. I'm going to wait. And then after a while, if I deem it necessary, then, I'll take care of it. But it's not going to change my life. I'm not going to let it eat at me, And it's sad. It's sad that it happened to you and I, But I'm telling you, Jack, mark my words, karma comes around. And I'm telling you the truth, right? So, don't let it bother you, brother. We're out some money, right? I mean, it doesn't take from January to May to make some stickers in the thumbnail. Spray Can got his. Can got his, right? So we don't know. We're not quite sure about how the whole thing transponded. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on. So I am not the type of person that wants to assume anything. But I can tell you this. You'll lose my respect. And that's a lot to lose with all the people that I know. Because it ain't just my followers on this channel that I'm worried about. It's real people in the real world that I see every day. Not just the real people on a TV screen that I see. And no, physically. Because some of you guys I'm really close to, right? So I have to protect the flock. So all I do is say, hey, when somebody wants to have thumbnails done, and when they want to have, graphic designs done for stickers and stuff, and they bring up that specific person's name, then I will privately send them a message and tell them not to do it. And why? You know what I mean? I'm not going to thrash that person's name all over the internet. I'm not going to do it. It's not how I do things. I do things in a different way. But when people ask about it and I see it, then I will tell them privately what I think. And that'll be that. And I have facts to back what I'm saying. But battering a person is not going to change anything. All it's going to do is make them more mad and more upset. And trust me, I think about the other things going on in that individual's life that could be causing a lot more stress than what most people know. So knowing that about that individual, I tend to be a little more flexible about how I do things. When you have a family and you're young and you have a young family and you haven't figured out life, but you think you have, and you haven't mastered what it takes to be a good dad and a good husband, and you haven't left the old world yet, you want to continue to live like a single person, but be a family man, until you learn to let go of those things and let go of the childish things that you've done as a child, and you bring those into your adult life, they're just going to ruin you. So you got to take some steps and measures in your life to make those changes. And until that person does make them changes, it's going to be a rough road. And you can deny it all you want, but I've seen it 1,000 times. I mean, I've been a minister a long time. I've seen this 1,000 times, Jack. And it's a road that leads where they don't want to go. So I tend to not, how is it put? You know, Pastor Brown taught me a long time ago. One thing about me being a pastor is you got to let things ride sometimes. You got to let them go and wash your hands of it. Otherwise, you become just like the other individual. So I don't want to see you or I have to be drawn into that. You know what I mean? And we're both good people, and people have respect for both of us and both of our channels. So, you know, maybe they can learn that little bit from us, and how, you know, sometimes two people with two separate channels that are friends, like you and I, can do business with a specific individual, not get those items, okay? But we don't have to be butt nasty about not getting it. All we have to do is say, when people bring it up to us, where should we go to get stickers done, and where should we go to have thumbnails done? If they ask us about a certain person, then we say, no, this is what happened to us, and we don't recommend it. Now, we don't know the reason why. We can't speculate what the reason was. You can have a bag of excuses based upon all that information that you're saying to me, though, Jack. I mean, let me tell you something. If a judge just read all that and knew that that was all factual and based factual and could get factuality out of all that and find the stream, he'd be found guilty. I know that. I mean, I don't have a lot of law and I don't have a law degree, but I do have people that are my friends in the legal system. So, with that being said, you know, you need some new quarters with a D mint mark on them. You talking about the Washington quarters? I haven't seen them yet, to be honest with you. I have one of the Washington quarters with him crossing the Delaware, but it's only in a proof set. That's the only thing that I have. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so concentrated right now. I'm trying to be so focused on the I got to change gears because I don't want to talk about that other stuff anymore. Because it's been so long, I ain't even worried about it, right? It just pisses me off that people are like that, but whatever. It happens. It ain't the first time it ever happened to me, and it probably won't be the last. But I will tell you this. Everybody that's ever done me wrong, he's always gotten their payback tenfold. God has a way of handling everything, Jack. You got to realize that. It's not a game with me. Anyway, I'm going to get off of that. I've been trying to be focused lately on the Morgan silver dollars. I got to change tunes here. And here's the reason why. If you're going to get into collecting Morgans, the quintessential part of the Morgan starts with the 1878, right? So you want to start from there and move on as you can find them in whatever grade you can find them. And then you can, once you have them, then you can keep moving up, right? And you can keep, trading up to the next ones or whatever. Same thing with quarters, or same thing with, do I have S Mint Mark quarters? I have some 2021 S Mint Mark quarters that are, uh, what do you call them? Tuskegee. I got Tuskegee S Mint Marks, but I got D's, S's, and P's, Tuskegees. We got them over there. But I've been concentrating on these Morgan things because what they may do is if they go right, because everything's done by pre-order, right? So I need to pre-order them, and then they're not going to come in until October. But I need to pre-order all 5 of them. There's 5 in the collection, so I have to pre-order every one of them. My question is how much money I want to put out there. I know I just want to get one, and it's very expensive. They're $80 some a piece, and it's like, sheesh. I mean, I'm a Morgan collector, so I have no choice but to try to go after them. But what they're thinking about doing is, if they go well, then they're going to keep continuing on doing them as a series for so many years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, who knows? But that's what they're thinking about doing. The problem with that is working it out with the amount of silver planchards that they get every year. So that way they have enough for the American Silver Eagles and the quarters and the proof sets and, the special ones that they do to work it out, to work it into the whole thing. So it's one of those things where there has to be a balance, and the U.S. Mint has to make sure that they have enough planchards coming in, because there has been a decrease in the amount of planchards that they're getting, because they get them not just from the United States, right? So the U.S. Mint can get them from places like Sunshine Mint. They can get them from Golden State Mint. Golden State Mint, whether most people know this or not, is actually, I believe, one of the only ones that is certified to make the metal content for the planchards for the United States Mint too, outside of it, because that stuff comes into them from them. Yeah, they might do it every year. I don't know. We're going to see. It has to do with volume, right? What they do is they do statistical numbers, right? So they'll say, okay, well, we sold 179,000 of each mint mark. I'm going to tell you they're going to sell them all out, period. They're going to go. I don't think they're making enough, okay? First off, I don't think 179,000 of each mint mark is enough. I think they should have did 250,000 at least of each mint mark, period. Because what's going to happen is the people that collect these are going to do whatever they got to do to get them. Sell other coins like I do. I sell other coins and stuff that other people might be interested in to get those coins. The peace dollar is only going to be 200,000 of them made. And there's only one peace dollar. It's not like you're going to have Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and all you're not going to have that with the peace dollars. All the peace dollars are going to be is from the Philadelphia Mint. That's it. Plain and simple. So that's unique in itself, because it stands alone that there's only 200,000 and you either get them or you don't get them, right? So with the Morgans are tricky. They're tricky collection, because in actuality, to get all of the different types of Morgans, there's 166 different Morgans that you can have in the actual full, hold on one second, I can grab that coffee, collection.
I have that test in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed in about an hour.
Yeah. You want your pillow? I got my coffee. Anyway, so you got to figure. I usually buy 2 of each, no matter what, right? But the way that this year's been, and it's just been rough. I'm trying to help a lot of different families in the community, and I just, I haven't, outside of my channel, the help that I get from my channel, which I'm blessed with, the people that come to my channel and purchase things, I really am. Everything else, I get minimal amounts from people in the congregation, and so it's been on me. So I have to really think about what I'm doing. As much as I would love to, to get them all, I will get a set for myself, but whether I'll be able to pick up an extra one for people, you know what I mean? I know I could easily double my money by doing it, but that's not the point. The point is when you're taking assets from one place and you're going to move it to another place, now you don't have the assets over here, even though you do over here. So to liquidate the asset over here may take a volume of time. So you have to think to yourself, in an emergency situation, is it viable? Because a person should always have emergency money. Always. Always. Something that is, attainable now. It's like, how do I want to say this? It's great collecting quarters and pennies and things like that, right? But when they don't have a viability, right? When they're not constitutional, like this, right? It's ugly, right? But this is a quarter, right? It's a silver quarter. And the thing about silver quarters is it's still, hey, what's up, Dove? The thing about silver, no matter what kind of currencies is worth something. So you can always go, to your local coin dealer or whatever, and you can get money for this, right? But if you got like a V75 quarter and it's not graded in a case from PCGS, NGC, ANAC, ICG, or whatever, then a dealer isn't going to be very interested in it, paying for it. So if you paid $56 for that quarter and you go bring it into your local coin dealer and you need that money in an emergency, you'd be lucky if you get $1 for it. So you got to think about that when you're collecting. You have to know where you stand when you're collecting. These are the things that I want people to understand that come to my channel. I want you to collect smart. If I sell something, right, like Tuskegee's, I'll show you something. So I have 2 boxes right here. And this one here is PDNS Tuskegee Airmen. Right? There you go. See them? What are these? These are Ware Farms. PDNS Ware Farms from last year. Yeah. Now, I got these 2 boxes. They both have coins in them. And from time to time, I have friends that, they're like, dude, I'm trying to get them, but man, they're going expensive, right? I'll say, well, you know what? If you give me $5 a piece for them or whatever, that covers my shipping. I have them here. I make a little bit of money from my troubles and my time. You get the coins, but don't overdo it. You don't need to have 50 sets of them. You don't. And, unless you got 50 grandkids or 50 kids or something, there's, With silver, it's different because silver performs differently in the market, right? It's always worth the silver. Now, it may not always have a numismatic value, or maybe it does. So now it plays two roles. It takes on two roles for itself. And then it takes on a third role. What it is, how old it is, and what its content is made of. Right? Those three things have a lot to do with silver. Gold is gold, period. Right? And silver is silver. But gold runs in the same way. How old it is, whether it's a collectible thing or not, right? It's collectability for numismatic value, and that it's gold. It always has its base value gold worth. So when you're collecting something, right, that is not silver or gold or platinum or palladium, you really got to think about how much money you want to invest in it, because if you ever go to sell it and you need the money quick, you might not be able to sell it quick. You might not be able to make your money back fast. And it might be one of those emergencies where you really need it. You blow the engine up in your car, right? God forbid, something happens, a tree comes down and, takes out your tractor. Who knows? And you need to make that money. Now, here's the problem. This is what I was talking about in my dilemma. Is if I take money from over here to buy for the silver, yeah, I buy the Morgans, and the Morgans will always be worth something. But if I need to get this job done quick, now I have to go to work to sell one of these coins, right? Which can take me 3, 5, 10 days, whatever, to get that money. And then I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to get all the money back that I got for those coins. That's why I buy specific types of coins. See, Morgans are one of those markets. So, when you're collecting Morgans and Bobbers and Franklins, those are specific. Dimes, right? Dimes are the same way. There's more, it's easier to control its balance, right? And what you want to buy and how much you contain, because you're not going to lose all of it. And you should be able to liquidate it, even if it's only for, whatever spot price is. Because some dealers, if it's a very collectible thing, they'll give you spot plus 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. If it's really rare, they know that, and they know the book, and they'll show you the gray sheet, and they'll offer you so much over top of gray sheet. This gets really, it gets really thinky. You know what I mean? And this is the stuff that I want you guys to really understand if you don't understand it. The rabbit hole goes deeper than just buying something off of an auction, right? I want you guys to have some knowledge about this stuff. So what if I sell it to you? It's not just you saying, okay, well, I know that I can trust Reverend Bob, which is true. You can, because I do my best to check every coin, no matter whether, and I know that the guys that I purchase coins from, they do the same thing. Yeah, you should always do that. You should always do that. You should always have the foundation. What they say is 12 to 20% of your net worth value should be in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, gemstones, things like that, because they hold value and they always have throughout history. Morgans, the reason why I like Morgans is, first off, they're old, right? They're becoming harder and harder to get. They're going to cost more and more and more, right? The only time their value, well, they don't really lose their value. What is that? Driver wants to. Oh my God! I can't believe this. Okay, hold on. I had to get that off the screen. It's good to have a balance in your system, right? You should always have a balance of your collection, right? I have things that I collect that I don't care about collecting. Like, now, I mean, I'm not pussyfooting around with you. I'm telling you the truth. Like, I have, half dollars and dimes and nickels and stuff like that. I collect them because I get bored or I can't find something or I ran across a good deal and I just pick it up. I got stuff that you guys probably need for your collections. And then when that happens, right, we barter. Hey, I know that that's worth 5, but I'll give you 8 because I want it right now. And I know you got it, and it's a good enough grade for me. Okay, so I get $8, right? So I made $3 profit. And you know that, and you're fine with that, right? So now that gives me $3 closer from the base amount of money that I paid for that coin, right? Towards what I want, what my goal is, right? I'm helping you get your goal, and you're helping me get my goal towards whatever my Morgan is, right? Now, it's like when you see a coin. Now, some people only collect specific grades. Believe it or not, there's people out there that collect only shizzle, badizzle, magizzle coins, right? I'm just saying. What's that? I picked up an 1882 O at the trade lot for $36 last night. See, that's a good deal. $36. You can't beat that, right? An 1888 O, depending on what the condition is, right? Because when you go to the book, look, the book is very fine and above. Let's face it. That's what they say, standard collectors go for, right? During the red book, in the red book. But that's not the case anymore. That's their standard, but that's not the overall case no more. I seen a guy pay $15,000, okay, for an about good. And I'll tell you what, and I know why he did it. 1878 7/8 tail feathers. 8/7 was it 7/8 tail feathers? Something like that. Anyway, it was nothing that was super, super rare. But the details of it being about good were even on both sides of the coin. So when you look at it, it wasn't something that somebody had to really overly think when they're grading it. Okay? It was evenly wore on both sides, and it was an about good. And all he collects is an about goods in Morgans. And he paid a lot of money for that coin. Did I see the value in it? Hell no, I didn't. But he did. What I tried to do is be careful, Well, I'm glad that I could be of help to you, Duff. Look, I like to sell stuff and it helps me out, and it's like, my thing is information doesn't come easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of investment in time. And sometimes two of any person can't agree on everything, right? Most people don't know that coin grading got started by, dealers, coin dealers. Coin dealers started the trading of coins. Most people don't really know that. Okay, and it was the coin dealers that got together and said, "Hey, we need to bring something to the table. We need to do something bigger." So that's how you got PCGS, NGC, ANAC. Well, actually, ANAC was the first one, right? ANACS, right? They were the first ones. They are the very first coin grading system. They graded the U.S. mint coins. And then on from that, PCGS come along, then NGC and ICG, and, there's many of them. There's many. Look, I grade coins too. Now, if I'm trying to grade and be really, really picky about a coin, then I'll grade it really low and hope that I get a better grade. If I'm being really, really picky. Otherwise, I'll just throw a number out there how they would do it. Okay? Because it really depends on the person, how they feel, how they see, even though they try to make the environment for each and every individual the same, not every individual is the same. Not every individual feels the same every day or sees the same. It's not how it works, right? Emotions can get involved in things sometimes. So, that's how come you get grades. And people say, well, how do you get all them MS-69s and MS-70s from NGC and PCGS and ANAC? Well, I can tell you. Because they get good ones because, look, when certain people are getting them and sending them off and having them all graded, look, a certain percentage of them have to be so much, 70s and then 69s. It's very rare that you're going to get something from the U.S. Mint that's encapsulated that's going to be less than an MS-69 because of the care that they take in the mints today and knowing the collectability value of them, and that most of them are going to be sent off and be graded. So they take better care with specific coins, like your American Silver Eagles, your American Gold Eagles, okay? There's a better care that's taken with them. They're not slammed around like bags of Morgans were back in the day. That's why the collectability of Morgans is a lot different, because they didn't take into consideration the collectability of them and the handling of them back in those days in the 1800s. They didn't. They just wanted to whip them out because it was money. It was currency, right? So that's why they did that. But today, it's a different, it's a whole different world. I know guys with thousands of Morgans. Thousands of Morgan dollars. Thousands. I know a gentleman that invited me to his establishment. He goes, how many Morgans you ever seen in your life? I said, a lot. Thousands of them. He goes, how many you ever seen in one place? I said, I don't know, 200 or 300 probably. Just walk in here with me. He had a walk-in vault. Big, huge walk-in vault, right? I walked in there. Look, when I tell you he had about 30 bags and bags and bags of Morgan silver dollars. Bags of them. Now, back then, Morgans were selling for about, $15 a piece, I think. $14, $15 a piece. Yeah, think about that. How rich do you think that man is today? I'm not lying to you. I reached down in some of these bags and I fondled them. Look, I almost wanted to get naked and jump in one of them bags. It was so sexy, right? Because never again in my life will I ever be able to do that. But I grabbed a whole handful of Morgans. I just had them in my hand and was looking at them. I'm getting mean with them, right? I was like, whoa. And I had to grab another hand. I'm looking at them. I'm like, this is wonderful. But I got to do it in my life. One time. And then it was about maybe a couple of years ago, he decided to sell all of his stuff and go out of business. And I thought to myself, shit. I was just thinking about it the other day. I said, can you imagine how much he'd be worth today? But then again, he could have made good money. Oh, yeah. So. Hey, you mind your own damn business, Dove. Stay. No, they're not. They're Welch's Fruit Snacks. See? Welch's Fruit Snacks. Oh my God, you guys are freaking nosy. Stay away from my caramel clusters. Tell you right now. Nosy. You ain't even paying attention to what the hell I'm saying. You're too busy looking at my goodie bags. God, the camera must be working good tonight. You can see these bad boys. There's a bag of love and lust, huh? Are you a fat boy too there, Dove? You a chunky cheddar like me? That baby's tough, though. It may be fat, but I can take it. You know what I'm saying? My God. I could pinch an inch, but I could take it, too. Yeah, I'm some sexy clusters. You ain't lying, this sexy. Stay away from a damn bag of clusters, though. Freaking fighting words right there. Why didn't you say something about these? Silver lozenges. This is more like you. This is what you need right here. Silver lozenges. I have the potential to be really heavy. Actually, I've lost 5 pounds. I'm not mad. I've lost 5 pounds. And you know how I did it? Not just sitting in the bed all day, gaming or whatever. Actually getting out and doing something. It's tough for me because sometimes it's, I just don't feel like doing it. It's not, if I get pissed off, I could do just about anything for a limited amount of time. In a survival mode, I can flip the switch, but that's different. You know what I mean? But just being a regular person and wanting to go out there and just do something to do it, I feel like shit. The Silver Queen of Morgan Silver Dollars, huh? Well, let's see. The king would be in 1893 or 4. And so that would mean the queen would have to be in 1895, I would believe. Another rare date would be in 1899. And then, of course, when you get into estimates and Carson cities, then it can be more difficult in the 1890s. It can be a little more difficult. 1901, 2, and 3 can be difficult sometimes when you're trying to find certain ones in those, in Mint State. But more years more than others. Yeah. The 1895. That's the one. Trust me. 1895, 1894, 1893, 1892. Those years are very important when it comes to mortgages. And getting them in mint states are very expensive. You got to be sexy. Okay. Look, you got to dress up, put a suit on, put a tie on before you go purchase it. You got to sit down in the bank. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you how it goes. I'm not trying to get you mad at me. I'm just telling you. So you better go buy your suit before you get ready to go buy one of them. I'm just saying. I call them all my ladies, right? Now, collectors, there's just certain years that, kick your ass. From 1890 to 1895, that window, those can get really salty. 1878, 1879 can get salty depending on whether it's 8 tail feathers, 7 tail feathers. 7 tail feathers there's different ones, right? There's type 1s and type 2s. You know, I don't look, I've seen every Morgan dollar there ever was. Okay. But remembering what they're worth and what the VAMs are on them, I don't know. But I do know that there's 2 coins in that bag back there that I look at all the time that have VAMs on them, and identical VAMs that I got from the same row. Identical VAMs, and they're both Mint State 64 or 65 that are not on any list. They're not on Van World. They're not on PCGS. They're not at Konica. And how do I know that? Because I called Konica and I called NGC. And NGC said, we'd like to see them coins and grade them. I said, I bet you would. I told them what they were. I told them where the errors were. Because if you go to PCGS or CoinWell, they'll give you a diagram of the coin, right? And they'll show all your different areas of where your VAM's located, right? So it'll give you a locational area for the coin, for the obverse and the reverse. And when I talked to the guy with Konica, now I'm a Konica member, and I've often thought about becoming a representative for the state of Rhode Island for Konica too. I just haven't put anything in yet. I'm just nervous about sending them out because they could be very expensive coins, very expensive Morgan silver dollars. We're talking thousands of dollars easily. I just don't know what I want to do yet. Plain and simple. Because to get 2 coins with 2 identical varieties that are not out there is super fucking rare. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I have to. Can I go out and bleep that out? You know I'm serious. Anyways, they're super rare. Hey, you heard me say the F word one time in my channel. Whatever, get over it. But they're that rare. And I am very serious about my Morgans, and I think anybody that knows me knows I am. And them too, they're the pinnacle of everything that I have ever collected. You know, somebody sent me a private message, said, I seen that you sold a 1882 Casa City for $120. Are you out of your freaking mind? Huh? Yeah, we seen that you sold it last night on your channel. I said, so? A friend got it. What does it matter? What does it really make a difference? My friend got it. And I love my friends enough that, hey, I let it out of my collection because I was ready to let go of it. And another friend got it, and I'm happy they got it. I know where it's at. What's it matter? You can't be greedy. You can't let greed overtake you when you're collecting. By God, don't let it happen to you guys. For crying out loud. Sometimes colorful words are needed to express importance. There is a lot of importance. I take what I do pretty damn serious. You know what I mean? You can go to other, look, I love, other people who do coin stuff, but they don't do it like me. I do it with passion. I am not just being specific about one coin. I love all coins, but I specifically like Morgan silver dollars. Period. I'm not the same way with guitars. Although I build guitars. And I can build magnificent guitars. But it takes me too long. I mean, nobody wants to wait a year and a half for a magnificent guitar from a guy. They just don't want to. And if people ask me, who do I think makes the best guitars in the world? If you want the best of the best woods that they carry, and I'd have to say Paul Reed Smith. Plain and simple. Who next? Gibson. Who next? Fender. I'm just putting it out there. Look, Chinese are building some wonderful guitars. But when it comes to coins, it's different. It's a different world. Like, I collect American Silver Eagles too. I just started collecting a few years ago, probably about 2010, I think. Christ, it's been about 11 years, huh? Wow. I guess I've been collecting them a while. But not as long as I've been collecting Morgans. I've been collecting Morgans, almost my whole life. So, but the American Silver Eagles, I just thought it would be cool because they were cheap enough at the time. I was picking them up for $20 at the time, $25. So it was worth it. Now they caught up with Morgans. They're catching up with Morgans, and hey boy, you need to get to the back of the bus. Nothing takes out the ladies, right? But there's a lot of collectability in them. And I have some rare ones, like the 2021 Type 1s, have both in Proof 70. Proof 70, Type 1, and I have a Mint State 70. I have the set. The black set. Special early release from San Francisco Mint. Emergency release. I have them. I have some extra 69s too that I will be bringing to the channel for sale. Graded from NGC. The difference between what I do and others is I like to bring some that are in cases, because when I grade a coin, right, anybody can grade a coin. Now, it's speculative. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if you've got a big name or something and you've been doing it for a long time. It's still speculative. Okay? So just because I say something is MS69, you might say, well, no, I think it's an MS67. Because of the way that we look at it and we view it and we understand it. We spend time with it. But when you go to PCGS, NGC, or ANAC, they have three. Well, they're supposed to have three different people looking at the coin. And then at the finishing department, before they ship it, they look at it again to make sure it is the coin that it's supposed to be, that the numbers are correct, and that it was yours. Okay, so there's a lot of eyes on your coins. So that's why you're paying a little more. Hey, Dove, you want to buy a really nice set of something? I'm going to show you guys something that I bet you have never seen. And I'm going to sell it because I got to buy some Morgans. But I have something that no one has seen yet. And I don't think any other channel has brought a set like this on YouTube that I can recall. Would you like to see it? You're going to crap your pants. There's a couple people that know I have it. But I haven't really said what I want for it yet. But I can guarantee you there ain't very many of them. That I can tell you. Good luck finding it. You guys see this box? Remember what I told you? What year I started collecting the American Silver Eagles? Well, these, my friends, are all. Oh, you're gonna crap when you see these babies. Look at these. I hope I can get this camera to focus right. Have you ever seen a whole box like this? Do you see the number on it? Let me get my glasses. I don't know what I did with them. Shit. Ah, here they are. This says ANAC certified 193 out of 923 sets in the world. Sets. The whole set. They are all, every one of them is a proof decam. Every coin, 14 coins, all of them are proof. Decam. Proof 70s. There's a rarity for you. And it's only 923 sets. There you go. You can't go back in time, guys. Can you imagine how much money it would take to get all proofs, proof sets, to go through all those proof sets and to find proof 70s, certified, documented 70s in that year? Think about it. How hard would it be? And I looked at every one of those coins, and they are all 70s. There is no doubt in my mind. And that's a whole set. There you go. What do I got to say? But you know what? I want to sell it. I want to sell the whole set so I have some money to buy some organs. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, are you out of your friggin' mind? You know how long it would take somebody to get a set like that? I do know how long. But do you know how hard it would be for me to chase, a few Morgans? There is 14 in that set, and there's only 923 sets in the world. There's 14 coins in a set. They're all proof decam. They're the best of the best. The best of the best 2010 S-Mint proof decam sets. 2010. Hard to find. Getting a whole set is a pain in the ass. Let's just face it. And they are all individually packaged. I'm going to sell them. I ain't taking the lowball offers, but somebody makes me a good offer privately. I'll entertain it. But I would rather have it go to, somebody on my channel. That way, I know where they're at. Because if somebody else ever came to me and said, hey, I would pay X amount of money for that, and one of the people from my channel have it, then I would contact my people from my channel and say, hey, I know somebody that'll give you this amount of money for that set, if you want to let it go. But I'm just interested in the Morgans right now. I mean, my problem is I got to have a Morgan that's a Mint State 70. I got to have a Mint State 70 Morgan. And my reason for that is more from a collector's point of view, because now I have the pinnacle of all of the Morgans. So now when I grade at home, for people, it's not based off of a picture in a book. I got the real deal in my freaking hand, right? One that I could never afford to buy. I could never afford to buy any Mint State 70 coin in any year of a Morgan, because I don't even know if one exists. I think there's a 69 that does exist, but so I want to have a Mint State 71, and that way I can grade all my Morgans based off that. Plain and simple. Yeah, much easier, and it's going to be easier for all of the guys who grade Morgans. So it's going to get salty, Jack. I'm just going to tell you. How much you think that set's worth? I don't want to talk about it over the air. Want to make me an offer? You can make me an offer. Privately, you can send me an email and say, hey, I want the whole set, and this is what I'll give you. Now you got to remember, there's only 900 and some sets, right? What is it? 923 sets. First off. Second off, they're the best of the best. They're all individually graded. So there's 14 coins. What's reasonable for 14 graded coins? At the best they can be. And you figure that out. And you guys are the only ones in the channel right now. So, whoever gives me a good offer, I'll make sure you get them. And I'm telling you why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want my Morgans. I want a Mint State 70 Morgan. And this is my time. And I'll probably never be able to do it again in my life. And I don't want to miss my opportunity. This is my time to get one. And it's ultimately important for me because I have friends that I grade their coins for. I give them reasonable grades. I don't give them stupid grades. I always have. They know that. They say, look, always go to the lowest that you ever think they would be. And I do. I open the book up and I look at the picture in the book. But when you go to Mint State, it's different because it gets really freaking fussy after MS65 and above. It gets down to freaking hair scratches, dude. Just a little hair scratch can knock it a grade. Just a little itty bitty ding along the edge. It gets really, really, But if you don't have a Mint State 70 Morgan to go off of, how can you grade anything to that level? You can't, because one doesn't exist. But they will exist this year, and I will have one. If I got to sell half of my freaking collection to get one, I will have one. Plain and simple. I'll get rid of every $50, every quarter. I don't care. I'm going after all my Morgans. I am going to have them. That's that. What do you need, Jack, in your Eagles? I got a nice tone 1986 Eagle sitting right in that box over there. I know exactly where it's at. That was expensive. But you guys are the first ones to see it. I didn't pull them all out, but it's a nice set. Now, here's the problem with this set. I never checked to see if there was any errors or flaws on it, as far as mint mark, something that might be out of place. I never checked them for that. I never did. You know why? Because I know they are absolutely gorgeous coins. You know. So anyway, I have the set. I have another set of something too, but I'm not gonna put them up tonight. And they're not the same thing. There's something different. I have a lot of cool stuff. Anybody see something cool? You guys into football? I got something that'll blow your mind. You guys into football? I'm really not into it, but I got something that will blow your mind. Yeah, me neither. But I'm gonna bring one up probably when I'll show it to you. I have you ever heard of Emmett Smith? I'm sure you guys have heard of Emmett Smith. Well, this is number 2,600 and something. Hold on, I gotta change my glasses. This is number 2,690 of 7,500 from 1986 from the Highland Mint. It's an officially licensed product from the NFL. And this, guys, is a silver football. It's a silver football. Pretty cool, huh? So one of these nights I'm going to bring that to auction. Got some cool stuff. Yeah. I got some tricks up my sleeve. But anyway, Jack, tell me what you're missing out of your collection. Send me a list of something. No. No. Yeah. That was Refrigerator Perry. That's correct. That's back in my day. But yeah, if you give me a list, I'll look and see what I got. You know. But when you're getting into big coins and you're starting to, yeah, William Perry. When you start to collect stuff, you want to collect really nice stuff. Even if you got to pick it up here and there or whatever for your collectible stuff. I like to do that. Yeah, I'm not. Look, when I was a kid, I was into football. You know, you remember the team, the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts? Well, I used to have a jersey from the quarterback. It was his jersey. Somebody stole it. Pissed me off. My buddy got it for me because he knew him. And somebody stole it. What was that? I don't even know what that was. Yep. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, when you're looking for things, guys, don't be afraid to ask me to look for stuff. You know, I don't mind looking from time to time. I got a lot of cool stuff, so yeah, I might have it. Sometimes I don't bring everything to the channel. I just don't. I try to bring things that are cool. Uh, I don't do a lot of. I like to bring a lot of silver stuff because I know I feel in my heart when I sell something like that, it's always worth something. If the world, God forbid, went to crap and the monetary system went down and there was no more fiat system and you had to be backed by silver or whatever, and it can happen. It really can. That money will be there. And it might be just the money that it has the value supersedes whatever you paid for it. It happened once in history already. It probably happened many times in history, but happened once in this country. People were bringing, wheelbarrows full of cash, wheelbarrows, just to get some food. So don't think that it can't happen again, because it can. And we'll be prepared for it. And our families will be prepared for it. 1931 Panama Balboa, extra fine. I don't have one because I don't collect them. But if you want me to look around one of my dealers, I can. I'll write it down. Let's see. 1930. Okay. I'll keep it in mind in my travels if I come across something out there. Okay. Anyway. Well, I think I'm going to get on Wednesday. We'll probably do a little educational stuff. I'm not having another auction until the 1st. I only really wanted to do it once a month, because I don't like to haunt people, and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to do a business, because I'm not. I just do it because the people that come to my channel, they trust me, and they want some good stuff on the 1st of the month, so they buy a few items and everybody's happy. They get a little trinkets for the month, and then they don't have to be haunted. They don't have to worry about spending a whole lots of money, I mean, look, you should invest every month in silver or gold. I have gold too. I don't have a lot of it though, because I'm not a gold person. I mean, I wear it, but I don't. I'm just not To me, I'd rather own silver than gold. Here's the thing: in a time that you need to use, whether silver or gold, right, to buy something, it'd be a lot easier to reach down and get some constitutional dime or something, you know, or $50 or $1 or whatever to pay for something than it is to have a chunk of gold and then what are you going to do? Chip off chunks of gold to pay for something? It just doesn't make sense. Not in my world. To have a couple ounces or something like that's fine. I think that's a good idea. 2, 3 ounces of gold is plenty. Period. I don't think you need to download. Not for a single family. Is silver? You're not even going to believe what I'm about to tell you. But as far as silver is concerned, you should own a couple 100 ounces. 2 or 300 ounces of silver. Stack it away. 0.99 silver or 90% silver. 2 or 300 ounces is good enough. It'll sustain you in a time like that. Whether it's dimes, nickels, quarters, 40%, 90%, 0.999 silver, don't matter. It's good to have it. Nice. Now, you do know that the president of Mexico stopped the production of Libertads, right? You do realize that, right? So, conscientious of that. See, I don't go to other people's channel, and you hardly ever see me. I might be watching, but I might not talk when I go to other people's channels. I just sit there and watch most of the time. I don't know. I think what happened was when they produced the Libertad for the new Libertads, it showed nipples on the coin, on the Libertad itself coin, and I think it was a no. I don't know if somebody messed up or what happened, and then the price of silver and the production and how much silver they actually had at the mint, it all decreased and it depleted so fast that the president said, "Stop, of Mexico, stop." So, just letting you know. You can find that news out for yourself. I think it was on Coin World. I read it. Or it could have been in a numismatic book I got. I don't know. I belong to a lot of organizations, if you haven't already noticed that. I probably pay more for security in my home than most people pay for their internet. And you know what's funny? It may be just a deterrent. Because remember, the old saying is don't keep all your eggs in one basket. And by God, I don't. But I believe, and that's good. Everybody should have a couple 100 ounces and you should go bury it somewhere. Go bury somewhere where you know where it's at. The 2 or 3 people know where it's at. That way, if something happens to them, somebody else knows where it's at. Yeah, they are. Those babies are perky right there, boy. I tell you right now. They are. I know I got one. I think I got 1 or 2. I don't usually buy gold. This year, I got the Type 1 gold proof 10th ounce and quarter ounce from the mint. That's all I could afford. And they were expensive. and they are very expensive. And when the Type 2 comes out, they're going to be worth even more. And that's probably when I'm going to end up selling them and getting some more silver. Because I really do. I really like to collect silver. I'm not a big gold person. Never have been. But I know a guy. You're not going to believe this when I tell you, so you don't have to believe me. But I know a guy who's been collecting silver for a few years. 20 years or so, 25 years. Now, he's a stacker. He's not a collector. Yeah. He is a stacker, not a collector. But he understands, a little bit about collecting, but he stacks. And he's got about 6,000 ounces of silver buried. I don't know where, what he's doing. But God help the man that would ever try to make him tell him. Because this guy is one bad boy. He is U.S. Special Forces, Green Beret. Retired after 25 years. I wouldn't want to take him on. I'm a pretty smart cat, but I'd have to go in there with a friggin' tank, take him on. Something. Fly over with F-35 or something. He's one of them kind of guys that's prepared for everything, I mean, not that I ain't, but I'm saying he's on a... Look. You just wouldn't want to do it. There's just some people you just don't screw with. He's a nice guy, don't get me wrong. He got a lot of stuff. I can just about imagine. Imagine that. 6,000 ounces. Do that math. 6,000 ounces. Jesus, how much would that be at $50 an ounce? Let's look. I'm trying to figure out what a calculator is. You guys got like 10 trillion apps on your phone. I'll do it this way because that way's stupid. Calculator. Okay. 50 times 6,000 equals. God, $300,000 in silver? That dude's out of his mind. Probably worth more than that because God only knows what he collected. 6,000 ounces. Lord have mercy, that's a lot of ounces. Shit. Wow, huh? Let silver go to 100. Yeah. He's a smart guy, that's for sure. 6,000 ounces. That's a lot of ounces. When you figure 600 ounces is what? 30,000? Is that right? Let's see if that's right. Yeah, that's right. 600 ounces is 30,000 because they sell for around $50 a piece. Not bad little cash stash. If a guy could get that. And you figure if you do like I was telling you, you get like 200 or 300. That's like $15,000-$20,000 worth of silver that you'd have stashed away. So, it's not unreasonable. Why not? 600 would be reasonable for a house that's worth 300,000 because it's 10% of what your house is valued at. Good way of looking at it, right? I think so. Anyway, I'm going to be on Wednesday. Hope you guys all show up. Probably around 8-ish or 9-ish or somewhere around there. Think about something to do. And hope you guys had a good time. Got a little stuff off our chest. Hit the BS a little bit. Learn a little something. So I will see you guys Wednesday. Hope you all have a good week. Stay safe. Remember to do something good for somebody. Give somebody a hug and kiss. Tell them you love them. And remember, you're never alone in this world. And old Reverend Bob is going to get on the Xbox and he's going to play a little Destiny 2. Then he's going to drift off into a sleep. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Keep me in your prayers. And I will you mine. I'll see you guys soon. Reverend Bob is out of here.